I love to build in Minecraft, but I also love making money. So I spent 1 month hunting for building gigs, and I'll be showcasing these offers starting from $5 all the way to $100, starting with this. So I went for a more simple pirate ship design, starting with shaping the outline of the base, filling it in, and then extending it down using / stack. After that, I then started smoothing out the clump of wool, getting a few more details in, and then starting on the flag. And overall, it came out like this, which looked really nice. But now, we can move on from this $5 build and move on to our $20 build. This guy had a budget of $20 to $100 depending on if you wanted to make a full map or a structure. And I told him I'd make the Princess Peach Castle. So I'm going to start from the left side and move to the right in the middle. Starting with the first tower, I really wanted to get how royal it looks in the photos. I had a reference of the Mario Odyssey Peach Castle and I really wanted to get that essence. But I had a lot of trouble working on the windows. I had no idea how I wanted to make them look, and I got some cool clips. Okay, I'm thinking about it. Gates here. That just blends in too much. No, that doesn't look good. Okay, this might be it. Trapdoors? No, that is not. No. Okay, I might be onto something. Some buttons? Okay, yeah, that's fine. Some greenery. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, I like that. Then I started working on the second tower, which was really easy because it was just a smaller version of the first tower, except no window. And using these two towers, I can create the wall in between and just pasting in a few windows. And now I can start working on the entrance. I didn't know how big this was going to be, but I just kind of eyeballed it, and I think it turned out really well. But now we get to work on the Princess Peach mural that's right in front of the castle. I had no idea what I was going to do for this, and I tried a lot of different things until I had come up with the most ultimate genius plan. Okay, so here's the plan. We're gonna do something like this. I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, I sent the owner a DM and he said not to worry about it, so problem solved! After finishing up a few more towers, I had the build complete and it turned out beautifully. But before I move on to the next project, I just want to mention how absurd this guy's offer was. But we're not going to be doing it, alright? We're going to be doing this instead, a little nice Pokemon build. Now there's a lot of different Poke Center designs, but I chose the one from Pokemon Eevee, just because I thought it looked nice. So I started working on the Poke Center first, but I really wanted to get some Lumiose essence in there, just because it's such a pretty city. So after I finished the exterior of the Poke Center, I worked on building some city buildings just to add around it. And here it is. I think this looks really nice. I think this is my best build so far. And I also added a little Lapras statue, just for fun. They might want it. But my next two offers gave me $10 and $70. Here we are back in the server, and the owner wanted some more Mario assets. So we're going to be doing that for him. He wanted a question block, a pipe, and a brick block. So let's start with this question block first. Just getting the layout of it. Okay, so let's just see how this fits on here already. Okay, that looks good. Okay. Let me take this down, and we can start working. Add a couple gold blocks on the sides just to make it look prettier. Okay. There we go. This is perfect. I really like how this looks. So now we can work on the question mark. Okay, so this is how it should look. It fits really well. Wait, I think this is supposed to be white. Okay, there we go. Oh, but then I have to change the top. That's fine. I can just change it to yellow wool. Something easy. That's not an issue. Okay, so if I just start tinkering with this, let's see how well we can make it look. I really like how that looks. But you know what'll make it better? Some shading. Sweet, so now we have the question block. I might just make a red variant of it too, just because why not? It'd be really easy. And there we go. Nice little red variant. And now we can start working on the pipe. I got the layout of the pipe here. It looks pretty good, but I don't know how I'm going to shade this to look like the question blocks. Maybe if we add some highlights up at the top. That doesn't look that bad. I think that looks great, personally. Now I had a vision for the brick. Alright, hear me out. So we start with the layout like this. And then we add walls in between the blocks, right? And we get something like this. And then I start detailing each individual brick. And we get this. But it's missing something, isn't it? It's missing a little shade. So we add a couple of these in, and boom. Beautiful. And we can add a little gray variant. Look at that. So $10 build complete. Moving on to the $70 build, I was tasked with creating my own 128 by 128 map. And if you're wondering why I have a Steve skin on, it's because the night prior I made this.
Flint and steel, chick and jockey, I am Steve.
I found a couple of good references to use and began my build. And here we have the first tower. And now using just the base of this, I was able to create a ton more different assets for this map. And they all came out looking really nice. And using all these, I was able to build this beautiful map. I call it Mirage, with a bountiful amount of beautiful interior as well as exterior. It just came out really nice. But after completing this, every offer I found that was $100 was already taken before I even had a chance, which meant I had to start taking extreme measures. Thus, I built some trees for this guy, built a stronghold for this guy's RPG, got an offer for a skull, and made a dungeon crawler spawn. In total, these 3 builds got me $27. But really, if you add up all the money I got after a month of building, it comes to a total of $171.20. And if you're wondering where the 20 cents came from, it's a funny story, you know.